Yo, what's up, everybody? What is up? What is up? Did you miss me? Did you? Because we weren't here last Saturday.
It's been a
Did you
while.
miss? Yes, it feels like it's been a while. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. But just to let you guys know, we weren't just sleeping in. We actually didn't sleep in at all. We got up actually a little early for Saturday. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Just be patient. Be patient. But first and foremost, you know what we got to do? We got to get into some introductions. And right now, I got to introduce the current reigning champ, the engineer of all engineers, Mr. James Marrero.
What is up?
What's up, sir? How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well as well. Thank you, sir. Always got to check the audio. You know how I do. You know how I do. Thank you. I appreciate you being able to be here, sir. As always, thank you. Thank you very much. But we got pretty exciting show. We got some announcements. We got a little bit of balance. Fortunately, unfortunately, we got a little bit of balance in the announcements. But we've got some cool stuff coming. We're gonna let you guys know what we were doing last weekend. Um, and after last weekend, I think we're gonna make a little bit some changes. Not right this second. It is in the works. TBD, as they say. But it's definitely brainstorm time. Brainstorm.
Mm-hmm.
But without any further ado, let's get into the first segment of the show, which is the meat and potatoes. That's the wealthy wisdom. So, welcome back, everybody, for another powerful, playful, and possibly petty, kind of petty at some point. You'll catch it if you're paying attention. But of Wealth for Generations, I'm the host, Mr. Elijah Lee, where we talk money, meaning, talk, and making a difference while we still being a little bit free with it. First off, not to discredit it at all, but let's just get this one out of the way. First off, let's pour one out, y'all. On a serious note, I want to honor the life of a member of the Dropout Kings who recently passed away. If you guys are not familiar with the Dropout Kings, they are a rock rap local Arizona group. Their lead singer, Adam, sorry if I say the last name wrong, Ramy, he passed away on May 19th, 2025 at the age of 32. The band announced his death on social media, and his bandmates shared tributes expressing their sadness and grief. His spirit and memories live on through his wife, Jamie, and their 18-month-old son. So, if you guys are not familiar with them, please check them out. Uh, I'm sure any current proceeds are probably going to help out in that situation. So any extra plays or anything like that, or if you want, check out Dropout Kings, Ramy. Not 100% sure how to pronounce that last name, but I do believe they have a GoFundMe going for him. If you guys care to help out with that family. Unfortunate and unexpected situation for a group of guys who were on their way to be local legends. And still may be local legends. I'm not totally sure of the cause of death right now. I'm not sure if it was fully released. I kind of heard from a friend of a friend. So, but regardless, I'm sure Jamie, their 18-month-old son, and the rest of the crew are all feeling it. So, uh, let's be respectful and take a moment for Mr. Adam. But on a lighter note, don't want to dwell on that too long. It is reality, but we gotta smile through the dark times. On a lighter note, we have some graduations going on. It's graduation season.
Oh, yeah.
It is May.
Oh, yeah.
And we have one coming straight out of our house.
Mm-hmm.
The young maturing princess, Miss Alyssa. She just graduated last Wednesday from La Jolla. Let's get a round of applause for that. Yeah. Yes. So shout out to La Jolla class of 2025. We see you, proud parents. Stand up. Yes. And then Now, why were we not here last
Oh,
Saturday?
yeah.
It was quite interesting experience. Quite the interesting experience indeed.
Mm-hmm.
No, we weren't just on CPT. James and I were actually at a community meeting, and we were invited by none other than the Queen of Education herself, Miss Kylie, aka the Virtuoso Educator. Shout out to her. Thank you, Kylie. Shout out, shout out. It was deep, it was healing, and it was a reminder that showing up is a form of wealth in itself.
Mm-hmm.
So, some of the topics that we hit on: the realness of navigating state assistance programs.
Mm-hmm.
So we were talking about basically how, yes, there are assistance programs from the state, but there's just certain obstacles that are put in place. They basically, long story short, they don't make it easy. There's options there, but all the options, they're not made easy. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are going to be like, well, it shouldn't be easy. Those are all the people who aren't in these negative situations situationally, if you know what I mean. Some people are out there because of bad choices. Some people are out there because of bad habits. And some people are out there just because of bad luck. And those are the important ones that should have the easy access. They should have the extra means. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying just give out a bunch of free stuff to everybody. You know, there has to be regulations, stipulations, and things of that nature. But um, just the process of things, like just just for one thing, like can we just get some more employees that work for the state?
Mm-hmm.
Like, can we get an employee increase or something? Because that'll probably change a whole lot of things. A lot. Another thing that we talked about in the community meeting that was really, really good and kind of hit home with us, Not that not that at all didn't hit home, but this is more of our forte, you know. So talking about money at home is a revolutionary act. So we were talking about why it's important for the guardians, the parents, the ones in charge of the household, to be the ones to further the education of the young generation when it comes to money, and not just the greenbacks, but investing, budgeting, saving, spending, mindset, which rolls right into another thing, which is breaking those generational curses by building the correct financial mindsets,
Mm-hmm.
because darn, I can't remember his actual
Mm-hmm.
name, but the guy that wrote the Good Dad Poor Dad
Mm-hmm.
book, um in the book he says that broke is a state of being and poor is a state of mind. So if you're at home broke but telling your kids that you're poor, they're going to grow up to accept being poor.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have that perception that they are poor. Broke is something that is fixable. Poor is usually permanent. Let that sink in. But it was a really good talk. We got some good insight from some of the local community advocates and volunteers in the Central Phoenix area. If you guys are in that area and you are looking for any assistance or a place to volunteer, um, I forgot I had it right here. The FIBC Dream Zone is where we were. I'm not sure if it actually has the full church's names anywhere. I can't remember. But you can go to FIBC. It was just right here, actually. Oh no, that's not the website. That's his email. Never mind. But yes, it's like the first I want to say First International. Is it First International Baptist Church? But yes, if you guys are interested in volunteering and getting involved in that area, or if you need any assistance or anything like that, feel free to reach out to the church and they will help you out.
Mhm.
Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I like to double check sometimes. But you know what? It hit me with that wealth ain't just in what you stack. You know, there's so many people that get caught up in wealth and money being tied into wealth. Now, don't get me wrong, it's definitely connected,
Mhm.
strongly connected indeed. But that is not the only factor when it comes to wealth. It is not the greenbacks. It's not the only factor. It's where you show up, who you show up for, and what you're willing to build. Real wealth walks in the room before the bank balance does.
Mhm.
And I'm going to end this segment. Sorry, excuse me. I'm going to end this segment on a little quote. Some people are so poor that all they have is money.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it one more time for the people in the back. People in the back. Ready? People in the back. Some people are so poor that all they have is money. Do you happen to know who that is, James?
Um.
Somebody that gets played it, kind of liked by everybody in the house, I believe.
I'm not actually quite. I'm not actually sure.
No? That's all right. I'm not surprised. It's not like we quote people all the time
Yeah.
in the house. But that was from the late, great Mr. Bob Marley,
Mm.
who has a great philosophy on wealth and money. But that's going to wrap it up for the Wealthy Wisdom today. We're going to roll right into the Asking the Masses. Or dang, I keep doing that. Let me, I can't delete it right now. Let me just delete it because it's done. I just left it there because I was still in limbo on whether or not we're going to fully go into this.
Mhm.
I need to just delete it so I don't say that anymore. And that'll solve the problem. But we're going to roll right into the next gen thoughts. That was Wealthy Wisdom. Now we're getting into the next gen thoughts. All right, young Jedi James, we have some questions for you, sir.
Okay.
So let me ask you, what does the community mean to you and your generation? And be real. Do humanitarians got any riz these days?
Humanitarians. um. You know, I feel like there's a lot of our generation that isn't really involved with community, and they're very
Mhm.
individualistic and doing their own thing. But uh, those who are involved in the community, they make it really important, and they make it like like they're all about it, like,
Mhm.
and you can tell, and they have their businesses, and they're helping each other out, and they're giving mutual aid. And um, I think, yeah, I mean, honestly, personally, humanitarians, they do got riz.
I mean, I think too, like with the I don't want to necessarily say popularity and make it seem like a negative thing, but with the popularity of like veganism and being more concerned about the world and where we're living and things of that nature, I think humanitarians could have some riz
Mhm,
nowadays. You know, you get that one dude who started off, um, you know, doing sports and this and that,
mhm,
and then he got hurt, but he's always been a nice guy. Now you got this Fabio looking dude trying to be humanitarian,
mhm,
humanitarian. That's the way it is. You don't got those bottle glasses, suspenders, and weird voice guys trying to be humanitarians anymore.
Yeah.
Everybody's all walks of life are into it. Not necessarily everybody, but
Hmm.
all walks of life. Um,
Exactly.
so you're saying it's kind of more black and white with your generation. It's either like they're either all in or they're just kind of like, yeah, that's just another thing.
Yeah.
I might round up my change
Yeah.
at the
Like
store.
I feel like most, or I don't know, a good portion of the generation is just like, oh, it doesn't really affect me, like what
Mm,
goes on and like how I'm treating the environment and like, how like, you know, other people around me are affected by whatever.
mm, mm,
But there is a big portion that's like they recognize all of these things and they recognize that it is really, really important and that the world isn't just them. It's everybody else that's in it as well.
mm, mm. Yeah, man, that's the biggest thing, man. And I don't know if you've ever heard me mention it. I believe I mentioned it once or twice on the show before. But that's one of the things that like really keeps me humble in life, man, is understanding that like there's levels to this, man. There's people out there that wish they could be where I am,
Mhm.
and I'm over here not satisfied with where I am.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'm like, come on, Elijah, like really.
Mhm.
So or if I'm having a bad day, I'll have that realization sometimes. Sometimes I'm upset about having a bad day, like this went wrong and that went wrong and da da da. And I'm like, you know what? Even with all this shit that's went wrong for me this past week, there's still somebody that wishes they could have these things
Yeah.
go wrong.
Yeah. And that's a thing about mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not, and like with money as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like you may not have it all, but you have what you have and you just have to take the next obvious step, to
Mm-hmm.
leveling up.
Definitely, definitely. It's all about keeping the drive and keeping going.
Hmm.
The only true failure is when you quit.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, it's just a learning lesson. Try again. Like Aaliyah said, dust yourself off and try again. So, as of this past weekend, well, actually, let me ask you this first. Was there anything specific that stood out from the meeting this past weekend for you?
Um, I mean, personally, uh, just just that mindset thing of, and also like the vocabulary that you use,
Mm-hmm.
like the spending plan stuff that she was, I forget her name, was talking about, with her children, you know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
um, like this isn't in the spending plan this week. We can plan to get this thing next week.
Yeah, instead of just being like, no, we can't afford it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. The mindset, vocabulary. Yeah, it's very important. Yeah, you never want to be. That's goes back to what I was saying. Like she would never be like, "Oh no, we're too poor for that" kind of
Hmm.
comment.
Yeah.
She's totally against and mindful of instilling that mindset into her children. So she'll never say, I forget her name too now, or not that I knew it when you said that, but
Hmm.
I forget her name. Um, but yeah, that was a good point. She had a really good point about that. It's when you grow up, being a little kid, and when you grow up, that inner voice is highly connected to your guardians. And I want to say guardians specifically because a lot of people say parents, but it's the ones that raised you, the ones who taught you right from wrong. They're mixed in with that inner voice that tells you what to do as you grow up and become an adult.
Hmm.
And that inner voice that helps you or doesn't help you with your mindset. If
Yeah.
you understood what I said, let me repeat that. The inner voice that sometimes helps you or does not help you with that mindset, because sometimes you could be unconsciously using that poor word on yourself,
Hmm.
but it's just drilled into you and you're unconsciously doing it. Some of these things are habits that we have to retrain.
Yeah.
But it's possible. It's possible. So after the meeting, was there anything that made you want to was there any areas that you wanted to get involved in more, or was there anything that you wanted to utilize personally, or was there anything that you saw that you took from the meeting that affected you personally?
So in the meeting, like before the meeting,
Mhm,
um, I was thinking like I was wondering like what we were going to talk about, and I recognize like I have my own business and I have like my all this camera stuff, and like I treat it, and I have my degree, and I treat it as if it's just a hobby that I like.
mhm,
But after the meeting, I realized like I spent so much money on this crap, and
mhm,
so many people would die to be in the position that I am in. So I need to be grateful and work with what I have. And I'm out of a job right now, but that means I just need to push that much harder, for what I have with my camera stuff, with you know, shooting commercials for small businesses and all that type of stuff. And I also thought like I need to get involved with the community as well. Like, these
mhm,
people around me, like they're small business owners, and I can definitely be helping them out because videography is, extremely, extremely important for marketing
mhm,
nowadays,
mhm.
with social media.
And that was one of the questions. We didn't get into it. We kind of we could, like Kylie said when we were there, we could have gone for hours and hours. But
Mhm.
one of the questions at the meeting, and I kind of was thinking this as an answer when the question came, there was a gentleman that was sitting next to me, and he was saying, "Well, how do we all get connected, and how do we get this information to the people?"
Mhm.
And like it's not gonna get to everybody because not every single person has the ability, but this is the answer right here.
Mhm.
Not necessarily the podcast, but the internet.
Yeah.
The internet is the answer. That's how we all get connected. That's how we all promote the the assistance. That's how we all promote the assistant programs that we can utilize.
Mhm.
Like kind of like we were saying before we started the episode today. It's kind of like if you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff is some of the stuff we can get assistance, and it's simple. It's so simple. But if you
Mhm.
don't know, you don't know. We
Exactly.
all hear about the horror stories about going down and trying to get your access set up or trying to get your food stamps and having to wait in the long lines. We hear about all those horror stories,
Mhm.
but we don't hear about how you can go on ChatGPT as a small business owner and have it write you a grant letter, take 20, 25 minutes of your own time, proofread it, change it up a little bit for your wording, and boom, now you got a grant letter and you could possibly get some free money for your business.
Mhm. Yeah. And it's not just possibly, it's like more than probable.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah, because you have the chat GPT that's going to help you with the wording. You may be
exactly.
someone that doesn't necessarily have that top-notch professional vocabulary to write these grants.
Mhm.
And I'm not going to lie, but I don't know from experience or anything like that, but I would assume if you got some ain'ts and y'alls and mispunctuation and all that stuff in your
Mhm.
grant letter, you're probably not going to get the grant.
Yeah.
But that's what the chat GPT is about. It can help you polish up all that stuff. You could even use a voice recorder and just freestyle it.
Mhm.
Freestyle your grant letter into a voice recorder and then play that onto your text as a voice, record the voice to text method.
Mhm.
And then you could just take the text and put it in the chat GPT and just be like, hey, can you polish this up?
Yeah.
Instead of doing it in reverse.
Mhm.
That might be quicker to do
Yeah.
it that way. Instead of having it do it for you and then proofreading, you can just have it proofread you.
Mhm. Yeah.
But those are the things that people don't know about. And if you don't have access to the internet or easy access to the internet, because almost everybody has access. But if you don't have easy access to the internet, then that's something you can't take advantage of. And there's people out there like ChatGPT it's not super duper new, but it's still so new that some people haven't even touched it yet. And they're just like, well, I don't even want to mess with it. I don't know about it. I don't know what it is. I don't know. You gotta play with it. If you don't know, you don't know. but but that I think that's gonna wrap it up for the next gen thoughts. Unless there's anything else you would like to add before we roll out of that, James.
No, I think we touched on pretty much everything in my mind.
Cool. All right, we're gonna roll right into the health is wealth next. The Health is Wealth segment is brought to you by Jessica Morero and Christina Rose of Elevated Souls. They say that we are here to elevate your soul. You can reach them at 480-269-2649, or you can follow them on the IG at ELIVE. Excuse me. Dang, I almost got through it. I was trying to hold that down. ELIVE, the number 8D _ SOULS. So let's see what the ladies got for us today. Oh, I am quite familiar with this one. Raw cacao.
Oh.
We keep a bag of this in the house, like some stuff. Let me tell y'all about this superfood that's basically chocolate's holy cousin, cacao. Not to be confused with hot cocoa or the sound your uncle makes when he sneezes. Cacao! Sorry, excuse me. Antioxidants. Cacao got them by the truckload. Think of it as a self-care for your cells. Mood, got a little pee in it. That's, oh, shoot. Okay, work with me, people. Phenylethamine. Phenylethamine. That sounds comfortable. Phenylethyl dang. Phenylethylamine. Lamine. Phenylethylamine. Dang, that's a man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 damn letters.
It's a big old word.
Shit, y'all just couldn't make this 2 different words? Okay, mood. Got a little P in it. That's phenylethylamine. Phenylethylamine, a natural love chemical. Basically, cacao is nature's antidepressant with better taste than therapy. Heart health. Yep, keeps your blood flowing smoother than R&B playlist on Valentine's Day. Keith the Jodeci. Brain booster. Flavonoids. That doesn't look like a word. It's a word though.
Flavonoids?
It's a word, but it doesn't look like a word. Flavonoids make you smarter. So yes, dark chocolate might actually help you pass a test. Could you get that one? Shoot. Just don't eat the whole bar all the time. Just moderation. Energy. It's like coffee's chill cousin. Won't give you the jitters, but it'll give you a casually level up. Just a casual. It's like I say, it just greases the gears and keeps you going. It doesn't necessarily get you going. That's what the coffee is for. Coffee will get you going and get you going. If you don't drink coffee enough, it'll get you going too. Gut love. It's a prebiotic, feeds your good bacteria. So your stomach literally says, thank you. Thank you very much. Skin glow. Yes, the antioxidants help your skin shine like you drink spring water and mind your business. Where's that coming from? Why does that sound like that's like right in the room?
I thought it was in there, but
oh, it is in the room. Oh, okay. I'm like, why does that sound like it's? Hey, how's it going? That was freaking me out for a second. I was like, why does that sound like that's in the room? Skin glow. Yes, the antioxidants help your skin shine like you drink spring water and mind your business. So yeah, cacao ain't just a treat, it's the plug. It's snacks with benefits. So do you utilize the cacao at all, James?
Hell yeah, all the time. I love cacao.
Yeah, it is delicious. And also too, for you parents out there, Here's a little sneak tip right here, a little gem. Y'all ready for this? Get your pen and paper. Pen and paper.
Mm.
If you don't want to give your kid the extra sugary chocolate milk all the time, all you got to do is take some cacao and your favorite sweetener, mix it in your milk,
Cacao and honey.
boom, and then you got chocolate milk,
Yeah.
boom.
I think cacao and honey is way better than chocolate milk, in my honest opinion.
What, you just do what? Just water and cacao,
No,
or water
I
or honey
do.
and the milk still?
Yeah,
Or,
I do the milk. I either rice milk or coconut milk. Like,
and you just use honey as your sweetener, you're saying?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
And
yeah. So there you go. Just whatever sweetener you want to use. One of my favorite ways is I use it in my smoothies. I do these like whenever I want to do my extra heavy protein smoothies. I do all right, here's another one for y'all, for you people. All right, this because it's so delicious. 2 bananas, a heaping, like I mean a heaping tablespoon of peanut butter,
mhm,
2 tablespoons of cacao, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and then the rest your milk of choice.
yeah.
Oh, and then the protein powder, and then I'm sorry, because I'm telling you guys the protein packed one. So then you got the protein powder, and then my extra little secret ingredient to fill you up and keep that sustainable energy, oats.
Oats. Yeah.
So I throw like about a half a cup of oats in there as well.
Mhm.
Blend all that up. It's delicious.
Yeah, that
Delicious.
sounds
Because
incredible.
it's basically just the banana, chocolate, and peanut butter that you really taste.
Hmm.
And it is, oh my God, it's so delicious. Every time I make it and my son sees me, he's like, "Can I have some? That's your chocolate one? Can I have your chocolate? Love your chocolate shake. It's
Yeah.
the best one." So yeah, he always loves that. But yeah,
Mhm.
that's it. That's a good one, man. Um, but
Yeah.
so yeah, you could do it with the honey. You could do it with I do a little bit of cane sugar, raw cane
Mhm.
sugar in mine.
Yeah.
You can do whatever sweetener you want, and just cacao and whatever milk you want. Boom, easy
Yeah.
peasy chocolate milk.
Also, I mean, this is a little tip that I learned a while ago. If you enjoy fungi, um, if you boil the fungi and you get the blue juice from it, and you make that into the cacao, like hot chocolate, the
Mm,
theobromine inside of the cacao, it dilates your capillaries and veins and stuff,
mm,
and so that counteracts the mushrooms when they constrict them.
mhm,
So it gets rid of the nausea. It makes the trip way more euphoric. It's just all
mm.
around way better, and it lasts longer. Yeah,
There you
it's
go,
very
y'all.
very
There's,
nice.
there's. I hope y'all had your pen and paper out. There was like 3 little gems right there. 3 little gems. 3 little gems sitting in a tree. But that's gonna wrap it up for the health is wealth. Today we're gonna roll right into the wacky. Oh my God, the wacky wealth.
Oh,
Ooh, I almost forgot about this one. I haven't done this one in a while, and this one definitely raised my eyebrow when I was like, "Oh my God, oh my goodness, oh my goodness." Y'all ready for this one? Okay, so wacky wealth time. And let me tell you, this week's story took me out. I was like, what the fuck? Southwest Airlines said, "You want turbulence? Psh, bet." Actually, to be honest, they ain't even at fault this time. For once, it's not the airline's fault. For once. So actually, let's get a round of applause on that one. For once, it's not the airline's fault. So, story goes. Oh my God, you guys, you might want to sit down for this one, and then put your drink to the side just in case. A woman on Southwest flight allegedly got naked mid-flight. So that's one part. So not sure what the woman looked like, but there was probably some men out there that were like, "Eh, in-flight movie." Yeah. But it really took a turn when she decided to then poop on her seat.
what the?
Yes, that's right. That's right. I said it. poop on her seat. And after initially reading that, I was like, oh my goodness. And then I sat there for a second and thought about that. It's one thing to like accidentally walk in on somebody and they got their pants pulled down to like their top of the knee. You got your shirt over your actual genitalia. You can't see much but a little bit of side thigh. This woman was butt ass naked. Butt ass naked. And people had to see her take a shit butt ass naked.
Why did no one stop her? How the fuck did that?
What the fuck? What the fuck? Like, oh
like,
my God.
So like, okay.
Oh my God, where's the Karen when you need her?
Like, what you like? How do you even get to? So she went to the bathroom, fully clothed, came out.
Well, they didn't say that she went to the bathroom or nothing, so I don't. I would assume because I don't see how you strip down.
Yeah.
Like it's so tight seating on an airplane. I don't see how you strip down without somebody. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'm right. Maybe it was two guys. Maybe she was sitting in the middle of two guys, and two guys were like, I mean, I'm not gonna stop her shooting. Maybe I'll see a titty.
Like
they're probably fist bumping and stuff. Like, bro, dude, titties. And then shit got real.
Yeah, literally.
Shit got real in the seats. Damn. Yeah. So yeah, that's I didn't and honestly, like I couldn't find much more, and I don't think I need much more.
Yeah.
Like that's just
like imagine like just being on like the front of the plane, you don't know what the fuck happened, but just like everything smells like shit.
Like you're like in first class or something, and you're like, what's all that commotion? You're like, what the And actually that's a good question, because sometimes you do have sometimes you can drop a deuce and there's minimal smell. Minimal. But sometimes you drop a deuce and you got to hold your own breath. So I'm kind of curious about that one. And then like, dang, maybe I do want to know more, because now I'm like, oh man, might be a little too much. But now I'm kind of curious, like, did she take a healthy poop? Was it healthy?
It's terrible.
Has she been drinking since last night? Because we all know what them fucking bar guns and some alcohol does to the stomach. You want That's terrible. Oh my God, I can't. The craziest thing to me though is, yes, of course, we can all assume that she got escorted off, but they didn't really say whether or not she was actually arrested or what was done to her. Like what the, and then they got to kick everybody off. Like they can't be like, oh yeah, she got naked, she pooped, but we're just gonna. It's another 3 hours till Chicago. It's all right. Okay, we're just gonna ride it out these next 3 hours. We'll drop the mask for everybody so you can breathe through the mask, and we're just gonna ride it out the next 3 hours. Yeah. So I want to know like I kind of want to know what the end result for her is. Like, is she gonna be fined for those people's inconvenience? Yeah. Like, or can they sue or whatever? Like is Southwest gonna take that bill? Are they gonna be the ones to be like, you know what, we're sorry, everybody, here, next flight's on us, or something like that? Like, no, actually, no, airlines is gonna be like, next flight is on us, but but is something gonna happen? I don't know. Is there gonna be some kind of reimbursement of some sort? I don't know. And who's it gonna come from? Is it gonna be from the airlines, or is it gonna be from freaking Miss No Clothes over here? Fucking.
I mean, she's definitely getting a big ass bill for that. Like,
seriously though,
no way.
I'm kind of curious too. Like, was she sober? Was she on something? Like, I don't know. Yeah. But I don't know. That's Wacky Wealth for today. That's gonna wrap it up. And now we're rolling into the last segment of the show, which is one of my favorites. I know it's one of your favorites, but that is the infamous We Building Boy. Stupid thumb. My thumb slipped in it. did the applause too early.
Yeah.
But today on We Building Boy, we are actually not promoting a single person. We are telling you about the construction. Excuse me. We're telling you about the construction. Yes, like I said in the beginning, going to this community meeting James and I attended last weekend, it just made me kind of think a little bit more about what we are doing here at Wealth for Generations. Excuse me. And I just want the podcast to be able to assist and be a little bit more involved in the community itself. So, the major announcement, We Building Boy is under renovation, HGTV style. We're leveling up not just entrepreneur shout outs anymore, but what we are trying to achieve is we are going to be spotlighting local events, resources, and opening the door to sponsorship and commercials. So the sponsorship and commercials, that part is highly still under construction. We do have a blueprint as far as spotlighting the local events and the resources and nonprofits as well. I actually forgot to throw that one in there. We'll be looking to kind of help and work with nonprofits a little bit more often. But if you are a business trying to tap into the culture, talk to us, reach out to us about some sponsorship. If you know a dope event happening in AZ or beyond, and yes, this doesn't have to pertain just to Arizona. Okay, so as far as the spotlighting events, I know I said local events, but the events and resources we want to focus on local because that's where we are. That's where most of the viewers are, but it does not have to be local. We want to just help out and promote these resources. That was a big takeaway for me at the community meeting is let's make it easier for us to learn and get access to these resources. So if there's nonprofits, if there's even state events, federal events, city events, whatever it is, let us know, reach out. Just please, when you do, make sure you have the event name, the location, the date, and the time 100% correct, because I don't want to be sharing information that's not correct. Okay. We're going to create a specific email for you guys to email this information to. And then what we'll do is we will, if you send the flyer or some kind of digital poster or whatever it is that you have to for your marketing, we will post the flyer or the poster up, and we will let people know the time and date to attend, or we will let them know the contact for the nonprofit. So just we're just trying to help build the community, man. Help you guys reach out and connect and take advantage of the resources that are out there for you guys. So definitely reach out to us. Stay tuned. Like I said, the full concept of this is still under construction at the moment, but we're looking forward to moving forward with this plan and helping promote and get the community more eyes on it, and more recognition is the biggest thing. The recognition for the community and the community leaders as well. So shout out to Kylie Elizabeth, aka the virtuoso educator, for just shining light and inviting us to this meeting and kind of helping me refocus and get another look at what we're doing and the impact that we have out here.
Hell yeah.
But unless you got anything else to say, sir, I think we're gonna probably wrap it up for the day.
I think that's it.
All righty. Well, let's hit a round of applause for the current reigning champ, the engineer of all engineers, Mr. James Marrero.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for being able to come down and hold it down on the ones and twos over there, the engineering spot. Thank you. I appreciate it. And let's get another round of applause for you guys. You guys, all the followers, supporters, all you guys. Make sure you like, share, follow. Hit us up too, man. Let us know nonprofits, resources, local resources, events, any of that stuff. Hit us up. Let us know what's going on. And on that note, Peace.